Cleanse Challenge. This is about empowerment. This is about getting metals out of our lives, right? Getting them out. Metals? Who's got metals? Why should we get metals out? Anxiety, depression, depersonalization, schizophrenia, bipolar, dementia, Alzheimer's, brain fog. Metals, anyone? Metals? Everybody's packed with metals. And that's just a few things. Eczema, psoriasis, vitiligo, right? Worsening of neurological symptoms. How about that? Tics, spasms, tremors. How about that right there? That's how many things, and that's just some. I'm not even mentioning like a host of symptoms and conditions out there, including how metals add to pathogen issues. Neurological Lyme disease people, they got metals and they got bugs. Metals and bugs, right? Take away the metals with somebody with neurological Lyme and they start getting better. Take away the bugs, they're even better. But the point is the metals play a role in all of it. It's a big deal. Everybody's just jamming with metals. And I get it. People think, hey, I don't got any metals. Where did I get metals? I'll show you in a little bit where we get metals. We'll talk about where we get metals in a little bit. So we're doing the Heavy Metal Detox Cleanse Challenge. We need the 5 key ingredients for the Heavy Metal Detox Smoothie. What are the 5 key ingredients, you guys? Cilantro, right? We got that down. Cilantro, that's one right there. Dulse, right? That's the Vimergy Dulse liquid, or I got the Atlantic Dulse right here, the whole form. Here it is. That's the whole form, right? We need the cilantro. We need the Dulse. That's the Dulse liquid. We need the spirulina. Spirulina powder. We have to have the spirulina powder. So that's the next one right there. Do you have the spirulina powder? That's the Vimergy one. That's the one I trust. I'm not sponsored, but these guys are incredible. It's the best one out there. Do you have the barley grass juice powder? Broken record coming. Not barley grass juice powder. Last night when I went to bed last night, right? Like literally, even after working on the book, I was working on proofing the book. I was doing some proofs on the book because the book's getting closer and closer, right, to getting out. And I went to bed last night, and all I saw was like barley grass. Don't do barley grass juice powder. Don't do barley grass. Like that's how many times I think I said it yesterday. It's got to be barley grass juice powder, not barley grass. You can't get metals out with the barley grass. It's not going to happen. It has to be the juice powder because the juice powder, and I'll just tell you, travels. The juice powder, it actually absorbs, assimilates. That's what it does. It gets into the bloodstream. It travels to the brain. It travels to the nervous system. It has to be the juice powder. These are the differences. These are the details that matter in order to heal. If you don't believe you have metals, but you're suffering with anxiety, you still got to have it right so we can get the metals out. Even if you don't believe it's a metal causing it, in order to get better, the details have to matter. They have to be right. So we got the barley grass juice powder, right? And then, last but not least, we need the wild blueberries right here. These are the frozen wild blueberries, okay? That's one option right there. You can do the wild blueberry juice, which I'm going to grab a wild blueberry juice in a minute too. So we need that. So we need a wild blueberry juice. And then and if you got a wild blueberry powder, that's great too. That's great, right? I'm looking around. I can't find my wild blueberry juice. All right. So I'm going to have to just go get it. We'll go get it. So we got the wild blueberry juice right here. So that's the Wyman's one, all right? So that's an option there. So the 5 key ingredients is critical. It's critical. It's cilantro, it's spirulina, it's barley grass juice powder, it's dulse, and it's the wild blueberries, right? Now, here's how it works. When you have all 5 key ingredients, you can get the metals from deeper places out of the body, and you can get them completely out of the body. And then when you do the cleanse, you're really taking it to that next level to get the metals out of the body, because when you're doing the cleanse, you're not eating any fats in the morning to block the metals from coming out. You're not eating any fats to block the metals from coming out. We're still censored on Facebook big time, you guys. So that's what happens when you don't do the fats in the morning. You don't block the metals from coming out. So that's what's key about it right there. So if you're not doing bacon, you're not doing eggs, you're not doing nut butters, you're not doing oils, you're not doing, whatever, you're not doing chicken in the morning. A lot of people eat, you're not doing cheese in the morning, you're not doing milk in the morning, milk, butter, eggs, cheese, kefir, sour cream. You're not doing any kind of fat in the morning. Cottage cheese, whatever. You're not doing any kind of fat in the morning. When you hold those off and you don't do fats in the morning, you can get the metals out. If you're doing the actual metal remover stuff, you got the heavy metal detox smoothie. You got that going on. Like you got your cilantro, your spirulina, your barley grass juice powder, your wild blueberries, the whole bit, the dulse. You do that, and you're not doing any metals. You're not doing any fats. You can get the metals out of the bloodstream. So the reason why the heavy metal detox cleanse, right, doesn't have any fats in the morning, it's so the metals don't stay in the bloodstream and then go back into your liver or go back into your brain or go back into something. That's how it works. That's what's amazing about it, right? Easy. Pathogens inflame our central nervous system. Metals have a big role in it too. But metals do other things too. Metals get into the brain, is what they do. Eventually, a lot of people, they'll like bang their head in their car door. They go to the hospital. They get an MRI on their head to make sure they're okay. And then the doctor says, I see something on there. But we don't know what it is, but we see something. We see gray area. We see a dark spot. We see something there. People don't realize, okay, that a lot of times toxic heavy metals create these oxidative places in the brain, like dark spots, little different spots in our brain. Okay, so we get these marks inside our brain. So there's millions of people around the world that eventually, when they get an MRI, they have these little dots that show up. A lot of times it won't even show up, but they'll have these dots that show up, right? They'll show up somewhere in the brain anywhere, little black spots and stuff like that. So metals tend to hide in a lot of places, right? ADHD, autism, metals go right here. I'll show you on a close-up on that right there. Metals go right here. Midline canal, right there. So ADHD, autism, right? There it is. Right in between the left and right hemisphere. On TikTok, you guys, we're doing a camera close-up over here. So I know you guys can't see it, but that midline canal right here, that's where the metals settle when you're a child. They settle in the midline canal. So when moms and dads are giving their children the heavy metal detox smoothie, they're seeing progress because the heavy metal detox smoothie is removing metals out of the midline canal. And so progress is occurring because we're getting metals. So with autism and ADHD, the metals that gather in the midline canal right here, they interfere with information traveling back and forth from the left and right hemisphere. I wrote about that in the medical medium books. So there's information that travels back and forth. And when that canal is filled up with metal right here, so the information goes back and forth to left and right hemisphere. So when that is filled up with mercury, when that's filled up with aluminum, information doesn't travel across easily. And so you end up with the autism diagnosis, you end up with all the symptoms, you end up with the severe ADHD. That's the metals in the midline canal, okay? Now, here's the thing. A lot of people have metals sprinkled about. And that ends up adding up as the years go on and we get the brain fog. So how many people have brain fog? Or how many people had brain fog? I know a lot of people using medical medium information and brain fog protocols for brain fog, they actually fix it. So I'm going to bring this, I'm going to keep this right here. I'm going to bring this over. All right. So the heavy metal detox smoothie, all right. Okay, we got the wild blueberries right there. Now it's about, do you have all 5 ingredients? Do you just have 3 ingredients? Try to get all 5 if you're going to do the heavy metal detox cleanse and smoothie. If you can't get all 5 and you got 4, we do 4. If you got 3, we do 3. Okay? So if you only have cilantro and spirulina and dulse, then that's your 3, okay? The goal is, though, for maximum pull, right? We want 5 if we can for maximum pull. We want 5 if we can, right? So let's go. So we're going to take some wild blueberries right here, right? Going to do about 2 cups in here. Doesn't have to be perfect. If you want to do less, you can do a little less. If you want to do more, you do a little bit more, right? There we go. Got our wild blueberries in there. I'm going to put some cilantro in here, okay? About a cup of cilantro. I like to put a lot more always. That's just how I am with cilantro, so I'm going to break it up here. I'm going to put, I don't know, over a cup in here. There you go. I love this smoothie because I not only love the way it tastes, but I love what it's doing for me. And I love what it's doing for you guys. 2 bananas. Let's throw in 2 bananas. We got that going on, right? Christina says, in the beginning, I hate the taste of celery juice in heavy metal detox smoothie, but now I love it. Awesome. Just glad you don't hate me. Hey, wait, who knows? You might like the smoothie and be like, I don't like him. All right. Thank you, though. Thank you for doing the smoothie. Thank you for taking care of yourself. So we got the bananas in here. We got the wild blueberries. Power of compassion. How much juice if you don't have frozen wild blueberries? 2 to 4 ounces if you want. I'm going to add some in anyway, because I usually do in mine. If you don't have the frozen wild blueberries, but you got the juice, it's the Wyman's one right here. You guys know I work with these guys, though. So I do work with these guys. That's the Wyman's one, right? You can get it at shop, S-H-O-P, .wymans, WYMANS.com, right? So I buy it by the case. That's what I do. And you can do 2, it's really, really intense stuff. I mean, it's incredible. And you can do 2 to 4 ounces. I'm just going to drop a couple ounces in here because I have the wild blueberries in there. There we go. It's in there. Now I'm going to put some spirulina in here. I'll put some barley grass cheese powder first. You have to have the barley grass cheese powder, not the barley grass. A mistake made all the time, right? So I'm going to put a teaspoon of that in there. Just going to crank some in, right? That's the Vimergy. V as in Victor, I, M as in Mary, E-R-G-Y. Best supplement company, hands down, in my opinion, out there with what they do. It's unmatched. They got a new MSM they came out with, which is incredible. They got the best cat's claw. They got the best licorice out there to date. They got the best lemon balm for all kinds of anxiety disorders and everything else. I'm not sponsored by Vimergy. I'm not the owner of the company. I'm not sponsored. And I'm not an ambassador. Just letting you know. But the stuff is that incredible. It's the purest. There's nothing like it out there. This is the spirulina right here. So I'm showing you guys the spirulina. This stuff is like incredible. So I'm going to give you a little window into it. I'm going to show you. This is the best spirulina there is, hands down. I used to promote other spirulina companies in the past. Okay? I don't anymore because the stuff doesn't compare to this one. Right? Doesn't compare to this one. So I'm just going to tell you right now. But this is the best one on the market. The ones I used to support in the past, their quality doesn't touch this, but it's not just that. One of the companies I used to recommend all the time in the past, something went down in their product and they never wanted to talk to me about it. And ever since then, I would never even recommend them. Carissa said, I was using Vimergy products in my heavy metal detox smoothie and saw incredible results in such a short period of time. When I ran out of Vimergy, I had to go to cheap brands and the rate of healing is significantly slower. And that's on Facebook, Carissa. Carissa, I have heard that and watched that over the years. See, what people say is you always recommend Vimergy, AW. I get you're not sponsored, but you always recommend Vimergy. Give the other supplement companies a chance. But what happened was Vimergy made the product so good, all the products, that what happened was people healed faster. And healed faster. But not just healed faster, healed things that I didn't see heal with the other products. So it's like, so what do? You give the other supplement companies that are lower quality a chance? Or do you promote something and recommend something that you know heals somebody faster? That's the predicament I got in. It's like, so you see me always like, it's always like Vimergy. But if you heal faster from what I've seen, from what you said, and from what I've seen everywhere, including family and friends that I know, and they heal quicker, and then when they don't use Vimergy, they don't heal as fast or heal at all. And when I see that, it's like, what do? You have to just be like, you know what? You work for the light. Hands down, you just have to let people know what's the best stuff. So anyway, that's a spirulina right there. I mean, for neurological problems, that's a huge one right there. For helping people with neurological problems. Catherine Elizabeth, love wild blueberries juice. I buy it by the case also. Yeah, I buy it by the case. I buy by the case, and I'm actually working with them, and I buy it by the case because I want to support them to make sure this never goes away. I gave for Christmas gifts last year, so did I. I bought a bunch and gave them out for Christmas too last year. That's amazing. It's amazing. I just took a swig off the bottle. Hope you guys don't mind. Ryan, what's your thoughts on using the metal spoon on a scoop? Okay. Good question. That's a metal strainer. Okay? That's a metal knife. I don't have to worry because whatever steel comes off of these babies, I'm crushing. That's how it works. Okay? Will I jump into a pile of mercury, molten mercury? No. Will I go get a fluoride treatment? No. Because I'll still need this to get the fluoride out and anything else, right? You still have to live on planet Earth. And if you want to go to my Amazon Live shows afterwards, right? If you want to go to my Amazon Live shows, if you check out my Amazon Live platform, right? I got the ceramic spoons. But you should check out the Amazon Live shows so you can see which ones and you'll see the links and all that. But I'm not afraid of a metal spoon because I'm crushing it. This will grab whatever came off of this times 10. Times 10. This will go to the brain and grab stuff deep from out of the brain. Never mind whatever's happening with the spoon or what's ever happening with this knife I use, what's ever happening with the strainer I'm using. So that's why. All right, what else am I missing here? Orange. Missing an orange. Oh, some dulse. Let's get some dulse in here. So what I do with the dulse is this. I got this one right here. I'll show you guys close up on this too. So I got two dulse options, right? What you're going to see is you're going to see the whole leaf form right there, right? So the whole leaf. And then, let's not break it. And then we got the Atlantic Dulce dropper, right? That's the Vimergy product, which is incredible right there. So I'm dropping 2 of those in there. You can drop 1 in there. You can do 2. I just do 2. Right there. Okay? And you can use the whole form as well if you want. You can use one or the other. I mean, you know, I'll throw that in there too. But that's incredible product right there. Let's pop an orange in here. I'm going to cut open this orange right there. I'm going to squeeze some orange. So yeah, we're making Heavy Metal Detox smoothie. This is day 1 of the Heavy Metal Detox Cleanse Challenge, you guys. We're live on TikTok. We're live on Rumble. We're live on YouTube. We're live on Facebook. We're live on Telegram. Right? We're even live on Getter. Even live on Getter. So I'm squeezing this in right here. Okay? So I got bananas in here. I got cilantro. You saw spirulina. You saw barley grass juice powder, right? You saw the wild blueberries, the frozen wild blueberries, and I put the juice in there too. That juice was really good, by the way. Really good. When you're talking about antioxidants, you're talking about antioxidants, okay? When you're talking about antioxidants, you're talking about that right there. You're talking about that. That color right there, that's straight anthocyanin, right? So what you're looking at with that juice is straight anthocyanin right there. That's what you're looking at. So I'm going to pop this on here, give it a swirl. All right, let's go. Stir it up. Love this blender, nice and quiet. Does the celery take out the metal as well? Christine, the celery juice neutralizes and loosens up metal. I'm going to talk about that in a second too. That's important as well, you guys. Ryan, any reason why not to put the whole orange in there? I just blend the whole thing. Ryan, you can blend the whole orange. You can put the whole orange in there. That's fine. You can definitely do that. You guys on TikTok, you can do that too. You can blend the whole orange in there as well. Absolutely. Definitely. That's done. Right there. You know, sickness really, as you guys know, is just terrible. Having severe brain fog, ADHD, having anxiety, having severe depression, depersonalization, getting a diagnosis like OCD or having OCD, have crippling OCD. People have crippling OCD out there, right? Having any kind of condition like that, eczema, psoriasis, having terrible eczema, psoriasis, all of that, when we can do something about it and we can get metals out of our body and out of our brain and out of our liver, we really move forward. We really move forward. You know what I've learned all these years since I was a child? I thought that if you had answers to why someone was sick and you had things that really did work, I thought the world would just be like, oh my God, this is unbelievable. Chronically ill people healing, people getting out of wheelchairs, people with neurological conditions healing, people with the worst neurological Lyme getting their lives back. But no one cares. No one cares. It's unbelievable. No one cares. No one cares if celery juice has changed and shaped the lives of so many people around the world. No one cares if children are talking again that couldn't talk before until they did the heavy metal detox smoothie. No one cares. Like, industries don't care. Media doesn't care. It's actually sick. It's actually sick. When I was young, when I was 8, 10 years old, 11 years old, I thought that, oh my God, surely they would care. When people are getting better that couldn't get better any other way, surely they would care. And the media doesn't care. The industries don't care. It's actually incredible when you see it all. And then that's when you know darkness really does exist. Layla, are these products all on Amazon? Go to medicalmedium.com to the directory. That's the best place. So if you go to medicalmedium.com, you'll see a directory and you'll see the spirulina, you'll see the barley grass. Now, I'm not sponsored by these guys, but you'll see this right there. You'll see this here, the Dulce liquid you'll see on the directory. You'll see that as well. So you'll see the stuff that you need. This is the heavy metal detox smoothie right there. This is day 1 of the heavy metal detox cleanse right there. Here's all the different products we're talking about that we need. Here's the cilantro right over here. We got our bananas. We got stuff. So let's go into the apples next. So you have your smoothie. Now you're on to apples. Now, I recommend drinking a little bit more water if you'd like, or some coconut water is fine too, or some regular water. You can drink. You can even have another lemon water later on in the morning. You can have another one late. You can have another one later on in the day. I recommend having an apple that morning if you can. If you can't have an apple in the morning, have it right in the afternoon. Have 2 apples really at best. That would be incredible. 2 apples sometime during the day, whether it's late morning or moving on to the day, right? That's what I would do. But try to keep this in, right? Try to keep this feather in your cap. Keep the fats out that morning you're doing the cleanse. You can still do fats in the morning if you want to do the heavy metal detox smoothie on a regular basis of upkeep and getting the metals out and helping yourself get better. But keep the fats out during the cleanse. This is day 1 of the heavy metal detox cleanse. Does everybody have the Cleanse to Heal book, critical book for this? The heavy metal detox cleanse is in here. Amazon.com. You can find it, 51% off, or get it free at the library. For even better results, right? You can check out Cleanse to Heal and you'll see the troublemaker foods. I talk about troublemaker foods. Stay away from them if you can. Bring in some of the recipes in this book and do the heavy metal detox cleanse and do it a little longer than 2 days. And look out. Look out. Serious healing going on. You guys, we're going to be heading off to Instagram Live. This has been incredible. You guys on TikTok, I'm going to turn you guys back on. We're going to be on Instagram Live and Telegram. So we're going to be on Telegram too. And what I'm going to do is I think I'm going to talk about this guy more. I'm going to talk about the neurological system. I'm going to talk about brain inflammation, brain stem inflammation. I think I'll go talk about that on IG because I didn't get a chance to cover that. We're talking about other things here. So I'm going to talk about the brain a little bit more. Maybe I'll talk about some things I didn't talk about with tattoos that I forgot to mention. I'm going to talk about other things too, like neurological symptoms we get from toxic heavy metals, like heart palpitations. And I don't know. We might talk about some other stuff too. So we're going there in a little while. And you guys, if you get a chance. Oh, by the way, just don't spill this juice on anything. You will have a blue carpet. You will have a blue sofa, you will have a blue chair, you will have a blue shirt. Keep that in mind when you're using the wild blueberry juice. Make sure you have a book. Make sure you have the stuff you need. I'm going to see you over on IG.